Hey, gang. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whichever it is for you, I'd like to welcome you to week 4 of Bible 202, Jesus, the focus of Scripture. And this is what I refer to as the hump week in a 7-week course. When we get to week 4, after this week, it's all downhill. But this week, our writing picks up quite a bit. So I just want to go over a couple of the assignments with you and just go over some particulars with you for week 4. Week 4 focuses on the miracles of Jesus. You'll have a PowerPoint presentation to view. We're going to study the types of miracles Jesus performed, examining some specific miracles highlighted in the Gospels, and then discuss what these miracles say about Jesus's identity. N.T. Wright, in a wonderful, wonderful book called Jesus and the Victory of God, once said that the miracles that Jesus performed were little windows into what the world looks like when God is really in charge. And I've always liked that quote. Jesus wasn't a miracle worker just for the sake of working miracles. As you've noticed possibly in your reading, he oftentimes when he would heal someone or exorcise a demon or some sort of something like that, he would instruct them not to say anything to anyone. Or when the crowds would get too big, he would withdraw, or he would say something so shocking that many people who were following him would leave. One example of this is in the Gospel of John and the famous remarks of Jesus that if you do not eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have no part in me. You have not life. And even his closest disciples. So this is a hard saying, and it caused many to stop following him. So there is this idea of Jesus not being one to show his miracles without them making the point about his identity and what it was that God was doing in and through his ministry. All right, week 4 learning activities. Got some reading in Stein and also in Yancey. There is a week 4 discussion forum, and the instructions for those are the same. Your first response is due on Thursday, and then your second response to one of your classmates is due by next Sunday at 11:55. You are to complete your reading of the entire Gospel of Luke. I hope you've been working on that. And then this week, you're going to be writing a summary paper indicating what you believe are the main emphases of the Gospel of Luke. Now, I'm going to click on this document. You can do it for yourself, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now in this video just to kind of show us what we're dealing with. It's a 500-word paper that you're doing. I would like those in Microsoft Word, Times New Roman, 12-point font, and double spaced. All right, so just remember to pay attention to those when you're writing. And please, if you haven't been, on your first journal, I made comments in the margins using one of the great tools in Microsoft Word, where I can go in and make comments on corrections and also offer some insight and maybe even have a little fun during your paper. But if you look here with me on this PDF document, you'll see the Luke summary paper for week 4. And there are 2 things. After you have read the Gospel of Luke, write a response paper, which briefly summarizes the main emphases of the Gospel as you understood it. What themes did you see emerge from your readings? What were you surprised to find out about Jesus? Now, one of the things to remember is try not to pull in Matthew, Mark, or John. This is solely about your readings in the Gospel of Luke. It is tempting, and you may even do it without even realizing it. But try to keep your analysis of the themes and the surprises and the main emphases of Luke's Gospel. Keep it contained to Luke. Now, again, this paper is going to be 500 words in length, and points will be deducted for poor grammar and lack of coherent and well articulated thought. So those are the instructions for the week 4 assignment. There's one more thing I wanted to go over with you in this video. I don't want to keep you too long, but I do feel like we should look at this parable recreation instructions. And I just want to remind you that by Sunday, September 15th, at 11:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you were to get in touch with me about which parable you would like to do for this parable recreation and reflection. Again, I'll remind you that if you have failed to do that by the deadline, when I go to grade your work on this assignment at the end of class, you will start with an 89 B+ for the assignment. It's very important, if you haven't done this already, to get with me on this. Okay, here are the guidelines. I'm going to go through them. You have access to this document, but here we go. You're not assigned a parable. You have sought me out for approval for your parable. Now, week 7, you're going to upload your video to YouTube and submit the link to me, or you can submit your PowerPoint presentation to me via the assignment link. This will include both a creative retelling of the parable and your reflections on its meaning and significance to both Jesus's original audience, the early Christians, and our contemporary context. I'll say more about this as we go. But you have 2 options. You can do a video or you can do a PowerPoint. Whichever one you do, okay, you need to creatively retell the parable, and you need to give me your reflections on its meaning and significance. Uploading videos to YouTube is very easy, and we've included some links here to help you to do that if you've not done that before and you want to do a video. That will be absolutely okay. But please, if you do a video, you need to upload it and then send me the link, and then I will take a look at it and grade. Now, let me give you some of this here down at the bottom. There are required components. It needs to be an original retelling, not a summary and not the creative work of another. I do not want you to send me a video of your favorite minister teaching on your favorite parable. It needs to either be a video or a PowerPoint, and here videos must be 6 to 8 minutes long. PowerPoints must contain at least 10 slides, but need not be ridiculous on the number of PowerPoint slides. Do enough slides to get it in, at least 10. I would say no more than 20. And it must end with honest reflections on the meaning of the parable, its personal impact, and its impact on our understanding of Jesus, both from the first century viewers as well as us today. And then you must view at least 4 other classmates' parables, okay, in order to participate in the final discussion forum of the semester. Instructions for that will be under week 7 in the forums. But I do not want to keep you any longer today, but I do want to welcome you to Hump Week, and I hope that you have had a most meaningful and a blessing experience throughout the first half of this course. I've enjoyed interacting with you, and I'm going to be getting into those week 3 writings, your forum responses very, very soon, quite possibly Monday, maybe Tuesday. But if I can be of any help at all, james.shelton@point.edu. You can also message me on Point Online. Thank you all so much for your good work again. God bless you as we continue this journey together.